You can't do this to me. I built this deck. You know how much I sacrificed? You're out, Jim. Am I? All right, my friends, welcome to the Monday video here on CoolStuffInc.com. It's Mogg Monday. Every Monday is Mogg Monday, but we're going to do a little goblins today here in the Cool Stuff video, but a little bit different than usual. This is not your normal goblin deck. Now, normally you see goblins in Modern, you see one of two things. Either you see the conspicuous Snoop combo with Boggart Harbinger, or you see a more traditional kind of grindy goblin deck with Aether Vial, Matron, Ringleader, just playing that kind of classic goblin game of just killing things, trading off cards. It's a board control deck, you know, mostly. What we have here is a different kind of goblin deck, though. And we have a sacrifice goblin deck, somewhat similar to the Rakdos sacrifice deck I played a while back in Modern. It's pretty different, but the core philosophy is the same. No Aether Vials, only one Ringleader, only one Matron, no conspicuous Snoops. So there are some goblin elements here that are traditional, but there are a lot of non-traditional things here. Most important being, this is a deck that wants to sacrifice goblins for value. So we, of course, have Knucklebone Witch, a card that I actually played two of in my Mythic Championship deck in Barcelona a while back, just in a fair goblins deck. Not really good enough for the regular goblins deck, but very, very good in a deck like this that wants to sacrifice creatures. Whenever a goblin dies, it gets +1/+1 counter, which is great. And then we have, of course, Sling-Gang Lieutenant, perhaps the best card in the archetype, one of the most important goblins printed in the last 10 years. 4 mana for a 1/1, makes 2 1s, but you can sacrifice goblins to ping for 1. And Sling-Gang teams up with Pashalik Mons or to allow you to trade every goblin you have for 2 damage, basically. So Pashalik Mons, whenever a goblin dies, you can deal 1 damage anywhere, which is obviously very, very good because goblins are going to be dying all over the place here. So Pashalik Mons, Sling-Gang, pretty big. We also have Goblin Bombardment, standing in for Sling-Gang Lieutenant as well. This is a new to Modern card, thanks to Modern Horizons 2. Super cool card. 2-mana enchantment, sack creature, deal 1 to anything. So with Pashalik Mons in play and Goblin Bombardment in play, that's a lot of damage, a lot of places, wherever you want it. Now, we got to make the goblins. We got to keep the goblins coming, right? We can't just play a goblin, sack it, play a goblin, sack it. We're running out of fuel too quickly. So we have 2 big elements here for that. We got Mogg War Marshal, which is 3 bodies for 2 mana. And this deck's going to get extra value off that 3rd body. Occasionally you play Marshal, it just dies, and we get any value off of it. But we're getting value off Knucklebone and so on and so forth. That's going to be really good. We also have 4 copies of Legion Warboss. Not a card usually seen in goblin decks, but this is just a factory for making goblins every turn. And we see cards like this in other formats. It's just like a singular win condition. You know, this can win the game by itself. In this deck, it's a win condition. We can just cast it on turn 2 and kill our opponent. But it's also just an engine for making goblins every turn. You know, the downside of this card is you play it, but they have a Tarmogoyf in play. Your goblin just suicides every turn, and you just don't get anywhere. Well, in this deck, every goblin we make can sack for Bombardment, Grove and Knucklebone Witch, sack for Pashalik Mons, etc., etc. For Expert, this card's obviously phenomenal, and it's great fodder as well. For Ignoble Hierarch, way too good not to play. It's very hilarious to play only 1 green card. You're not going to have it be a 1-drop, but that's how good Ignoble Hierarch is, and makes it so we don't need Aether Vial. And then Prospector is great. 1 Matron, 1 Ringleader. Want to have a little bit of grind, a little bit of flexibility. Probably too clunky to want more than 1 of, but works really, really well. And then our last piece is another exciting one from Modern Horizons 2 in Patriarch's Bidding. Classic goblin card. This card was a house in standard, a house in extended, 5 mana sorcery. Each player chooses a creature type and then return all creatures of that type. And this will end the game in this deck most of the time when you cast it. If you return a Sling-Gang and a couple goblins, the game is over. You can just sacrifice your entire board. If our board is, you know, Sling-Gang, token, Ringleader, and we have goblins in our graveyard, we can sack the whole board, get them all back, and sack them all again, which is great. So that's the main deck. Sideboard's got some elements here for things that are good against us. 4 Thoughtseize is our general just anti-combo effect. So we've got 4 Thoughtseize. A couple pushes for those Death Shadows and friends. 2 Trashmasters. Now, without the full suite of Matrons, we can't rely on Matroning for Trashmaster, and it is very good in certain matchups. We have 2 of them. An extra Ringleader for a little more grind. Masked Vandal here as a way to kind of just, you know, answer kind of weird things like Ensnaring Bridge. Actually, that's not really a problem for us, but whatever. Whatever artifact or enchantment might be a problem for us is matronable. Comes back with Bidding. It's a really good card to have access to, honestly. A super nice one. A couple spell bombs from Graveyard Hate. Now we can't really play Relic in this deck because we are playing Patriarch's Bidding and Unearth and stuff. We care about our own graveyard, so playing Spellbomb instead. And then 2 Chalice of the Void. The primary goal of Chalice here is to play it on 0 against the Cascade deck. So Living End, the Rhino deck. Normally you see Chalice put on 1. That's not necessarily great for us. Obviously, a Cavern of Souls can mean we can play through it anyway. But I think Chalice there is mostly for dealing with the Cascade decks. Play it on 0, counters their Cascade spells, and etc. So that's the deck. I'm pumped to play it. This deck looks really, really fun. I played it a little bit before. It's just super, super fun. Very interactive. A lot of cool board states. A lot of cool stuff happening. I'm pumped to play it. You should be pumped to watch it. But first, we work with our sponsor, CoolStuffInc.com.
Cool Stuff Inc. is proud to sponsor Jim Davis. We offer great deals on card games, tabletop RPGs, board games, and more. Get a free token featuring Jim Davis and take 5% off your next order if you use the code JIM5 at checkout. CoolStuffInc.com. Cool stuff in stock.
All right, round 1, winning die rolls. Good way to start. Not exactly the best hand though. A little hand of the week material here. 1 lonely Knucklebone Witch and 6 lands not going to do it, so we're going to mulligan. Noting no companion from our opponent. That's much better. So we have Cavern of Souls here. Also playing 2 Unclaimed Territory. Just a pain-free way to cast Ignoble Hierarch on turn 1, and not as good as Cavern, obviously. So we have, we've got Knuckleball, Bombardment, Warboss. Even though Sling-Gang's one of our best cards, we're going to ship it here because Bombardment's a little redundant with it anyway. And we just have a nice 1, 2, 3 curve here. So let's fire it up. Start off on the Hovel. Reveal the Witch. And go get him, Witch. Now, Bombardment turn. Bombardment's a card you usually want to cast a little more like on turn 4 or 5 when you've already built a board. But yeah, we have the 2-drop here. So Snow-Covered Plains. And on Thin Ice. Goodbye to our Knuckleball. Very interesting. Very interesting. We'll play the... We'll start on Territory to conceal the fact that we have Cavern of Souls. In case they're playing a control deck and they think they can counter our spells. I'll play Bombardment. Resolve instantly and say go. Snow-Covered Forest. It's an Enchantress deck. This is probably really bad for us. I'm not going to lie. We'll see. We'll see. Matron. All right, so name Goblin. We're going to fire in the Warboss here and get this ball rolling. They can't block the token or it dies the Bombardment. If we were desperate, we could sack the Warboss here and kill the Sithis, because you really need to kill their engines, but we're not going to sacrifice our entire board to do that. So we're just going to say go. Let them draw a card off this thing, and then next time we can Matron, we get more tokens. Sterling Grove. So now you can no longer target the Sithis. It's getting dicey. So the problem is, of course, if they have the card Solitary Confinement, we kind of just can't win. Actually, hold on a second. I need to take a look at I need to read Sling-Gang Lieutenant. Sorry, folks, looking up Sling-Gang Lieutenant here. And Sling-Gang Lieutenant. Target player loses 1 life. Okay. I wasn't sure if it was each opponent loses 1 life. So that would actually get around confinement. But so we don't really have a way to beat confinement, unfortunately. We just gotta let this ride, I think, and just try and kill them before they can get it going. Unfortunately, they have a land drop too. Yeah, I think we're in big trouble here. So now they can block our Goblin safely because it says Shroud. You can untap, draw a Foothills. That can allow for a possible bidding. So that's kind of a cool thing. Play Foothills. We can Matron for... So we really got to end this game quick. If we Matron for Sling-Gang, then maybe Sling-Gang, and next turn sack everything, bidding, kill them. This is going to be tough. This is going to be a difficult game, to say the least. All right, so... Yeah, we're just going to fire up and say go here. All right, so make a token. Fire in the attack. They can block the one that has 1 power. We will sacrifice it and deal them a total of 5 damage. I guess maybe Pashalik Mons is actually better because Sling-Gang doesn't double up on Bombardment, whereas Pashalik Mons does. So that's probably better, actually. Look at Pashalik Mons. With Pashalik Mons, every Goblin sacrifice is 2 damage. So, and then we can maybe bidding back everything the following turn. So, crack this, use the ability. Let's take a look real fast, see what we got here. This is why we have that one copy of the 1/3 in our sideboards. Expert, Pashalik Mons, Knucklebone Ringleader. Yeah, we could get Ignoble Hierarch, and that would allow us to cast bidding next turn, but that doesn't really do enough to actually win the game. So get Pashalik Mons, say go. If they have a confinement over the next 2 turns, we're dead. But there's not much you can do here. Their hand was pretty good. You know, they all right, they already have it. So we are almost surely dead here. They have enough of an engine online and 6 cards in hand, so feels bad. I'm not really sure why they added this card to the modern format. It's just not a very fun card. But here we are, and here it is. And not much you can do about it now. So we'll play another turn or 2 and see if they can establish a lock or not. Of course, they skip their draw step, and they discard a card every turn. Actually, I should have never mind. Whatever, doesn't matter. All right, so go. So they skip their draw, discard a card every turn. But of course, with their card draw engines in play, they'll keep drawing cards as long as they can get another engine in play. Sanctum Weaver. Okay. Yeah, we can't kill anything because they have Shroud too. So pretty ideal draw from our opponent here. No land drop, which is like pretty bad for us. Means they have 5 spells in their hand. Means they're probably pretty much in trouble. Cavern of Souls. Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna say go here. I guess we'll on F6. So F6. We could start multiplying goblins, but it's not going to matter, I don't think. Discard another harvest hand. Okay. Make 5 green. Destiny Spinner. Okay. Not there yet. I think they need a second Enchantress effect for me to concede. So on Thin Ice. Okay. Once again, not there yet. I'm gonna try to eat the Warboss. So we'll sack the boss to the Pashalik Mons. We actually have to target ourselves because there are no legal targets. All their things end them have Shroud, which is kind of funny. And it's not a May either. It's actually pretty hilarious. All right, so get a 17. And 4 cards left. Still no engine yet. Utopia Sprawl, sure. Temple Garden, shock. 3 cards left. Sanctum Weaver, okay. I mean, again, if they break off and don't find a another enchantment, I guess they have the Sterling Grove. They could sack it if they're like desperate, but then I can kill all their stuff. So another on Thin Ice, pretty annoying. This one's going to target the Pashalik Mons, I can only assume. So we're going to Goblin Bombardment, targeting Pashalik Mons, sacking Pashalik Mons. We don't take any damage here. And then we're going to target ourselves again. Quit hitting yourself. Quit hitting yourself. Quit hitting yourself. 3 cards left. It is funny they drew 3 Sithises. Sithises. Another Destiny Spinner. Okay. We have bidding to get these 2 back, which is kind of cool. If we're able, if they have to sack the Sterling Grove, Mana Bloom. All right, Mana Bloom will do it. So this returns to their hand every turn. So it's going to keep drawing cards to set this. So I'm going to concede. We can't win anymore. So Every time they discard a card, but they'll draw at least one card off Mana Bloom, so the lock is there, and eventually they'll find an Enchantress effect and kill us. So that's fine. Can't be confinement. What are you going to do? Definitely annoying, obviously, but so we're going to bring in our Masked Vandal. We're going to bring in our Thoughtseizes, and I'm going to cut probably the biddings, because a lot of their removal exiles anyway. I don't think the game's really about that. It's more about us just killing them quickly. I would say probably same for Ringleader. We're on 23 lands. I think we almost cut a land, honestly. Unearth is also not very exciting either. It's not really going to kill our stuff. And I got to cut one more card. Experts are pretty important because like their creatures are actually really going to kill their creatures. They play Sterling Grove. It's kind of annoying, but Pashalik Mons, Warboss. It just might be Matron. I guess Matron can find the Masked Vandal. They're not going to kill my Hierarchs too aggressively. It's just a land, honestly. It's a little greedy, but just shave a mountain. We can fetch shock. So we're not losing any black sources or green sources, and 22 lands with 4 Hierarchs and 3 Prospectors is pretty good. So we can keep this. Our curve is a lot lower too. No biddings, no Ringleader, etc. So on the play for game 2, and our hand is not good. Just all 3 drops, no 1s or 2s. Can't keep this hand ever in a million years. So make this Pashalik Mons an Ignoble Hierarch, and we are off to the races. But we're gonna mulligan into a pretty good one. We have Hierarch, Cavern of Souls. Hierarch provides the black for this. So we're gonna keep this and dump. We're gonna dump Prospector, I think. So we have turn 1 Hierarch, turn 2 Thoughtseize Witch. We could also turn 2 a Warboss if we draw a land. Yeah, because if I get rid of Sling-Gang and they have an answer to my Warboss, the Sling-Gang. Let's keep Prospector actually. Let's keep this. Ship Sling-Gang. Alright, so hopefully I don't have turn 1 kill my Ignoble Hierarch here, because we lose the game in that scenario, but if we don't draw land. But whatever. Hierarch up. No Thin Ice, please. Nope. Alright, it's not a Plains, thank God. So they're not gonna sprawl either. We draw an Expert. Alright, so fire up the Thoughtseize. Their hand is Spinner, Presence, Sterling Grove. Presence is by far the most important card. But if they play Grove, we can never kill the Spinners. And the Spinners actually block decently well. And the problem here is our hand is pretty slow. I think it's Grove. I'm not happy to leave them with a Presence, but the Grove can become a Presence anyway. And they're going to play Spinner next turn, and we're just going to kill it. So play this. Say go. Pretty land-heavy hand for our opponent. They play Heath. That card was not in their hand, so now we know their entire hand still. Cool. They'll play a Spinner. We are going to kill it. Spinner's not that important, but Thoughtseize. Ooh, that was actually a really good draw too. All right, never mind. We're going to Thoughtseize here. Let's take their Presence. That was a good draw. So take Presence, play Prospector, say go. Easy. And then just play Prospector. And then pass the old Turnski. We can beat two 2/3s. Two Elvish Warriors, 2 Nissa's Chosens. They again played the land we didn't know about. So twice now they've played they didn't need to play that card. That's great. And they're going to decline to play Spinner also. Very odd they wouldn't play Temple Garden or Vista. That's really weird. Why would they play that Plains? I don't know. All right, so we draw Prospector, which is not ideal, but whatever. We're going to black red. Going to Expert and kill the Spinner and start getting in. Oops. Oh my god. What did I do? Oh, yield to end a turn. Okay. Yes. And getting in. You might as well just get in with the 1 creature because we have Exalted anyway. And then we're going to get the Warboss online next turn. So this game, very, very different than the last game. Last game, they had it all. They had the entire engine online on turn 3. And this game, they got nothing. They got a spinner and some lands. So they'll play Vista. They'll crack the Vista. Play spinner number 2. Okay. I guess we didn't know their entire hand. I must have screwed up somewhere. Where did I screw up? Oh, they drew after turn. Okay, never mind. I'm sorry. So they drew on the nice for turn. We knew their hands last 2 turns, not this turn. So they drew after turn. Their hand is still Temple Garden, Forest, Destiny Spinner. Land? Bombardment. I mean, we're just gonna cast the Warboss here. It's pretty awkward, but just get the Knuckleball going as well. It really sucks to dump our whole board like this. We just haven't drawn a land yet, so Bombardment, not the best draw here. Not the best draw. Play Warboss. You can see how good of an engine Warboss is here too. Very surprised they didn't play their spinner. They're just holding it for an Enchantress effect, I suppose, but that's gonna deal them a lot of damage next turn. So now they're gonna cast. Oh, they drew Sithis. All right, good draw. Good draw. So drew Sithis, get paid off for holding a spinner. Cast spinner. Play a Heath again, the land we don't know about. So did I like miss this Temple Garden? Maybe I don't think I did. As far as I know, they still have Temple Garden Forest in their hand. So draw for turn. Say Sling-Gang was in it. Not the best first game here for us. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. We're going to play Prospector. And we are going to move to combat. And I believe it's going to be just in Knuckleball. There's no point in attacking with 2 tokens. It'll just die. So it's attack with the one that has to attack. It'll grab a Knuckleball. And again, they have 2 lands in their hand. So they have an engine in play. They can start getting things going. But also have Bombardment here too, which can deal some pretty significant damage too. So we could have killed the Sithis, I suppose, if we wanted to, if we were willing to sacrifice the Prospector and the thing. They're actually not going to block at all. Wow. They have 2 lands in their hand too. We could. Nah, that's just too much. Yeah. All right, we'll take up. So don't pop off on us here. If they don't draw enchantment, the game's over, I think. They do draw an enchantment, they need to start chaining them together. God. Unreal. That's a really good one. All right, sure. That's a really good one. We'll see what they target. They're at 8. They're going to target the Knuckleball. So we're just going to sacrifice it. Rather have it in our graveyard. Actually, we removed all of our graveyard stuff, right? So now Unearth and Bidding are both gone. So there's actually no reason to have this in the graveyard. I can't imagine this on thin ice would ever go away, but it's fine. Certainly hurts our ability to kill our opponent. Sanctum Weaver. All right. They're really popping off here. Another land we didn't know about. Wait. Yeah, our opponent is not playing their lands very well. They keep playing lands we don't know about, and like there's no reason to crack a fetch there. Being at 8 is very different than being at 9. And like there's just no, unless you're considering deck thinning value, which it's not. Yeah, all right, sure. I mean, still haven't drawn a land. It's turn 7. Just your average turn 7 here. All right. I mean, hopefully they just don't draw us an enchantment next turn, honestly. We're going to sack a Goblin. We're going to play Bombardment. And we're going to say combat, make a token, send him a token, sack it to the Bombardment. Actually, now we're going to kill Sithis, I think. Yeah, now we're going to kill Sithis. So whatever they block with, we'll sack. They're just going to take it. Yeah, my opponent's made some pretty loose plays here, honestly. We'll kill Sithis. This is definitely their engine to keep things going. Kill that. And kill that. We are very close to killing them, but this really hurts their top decks, and we have multiple gassy pieces in our hand. So, play Forest. Excellent. We win this game on 1 land, folks. All right, we drew a land. We drew a land. All right, so let's get a... I guess with the Cavern of Souls in play, we can just get whatever we want. Just get a mountain, I guess. The Destiny Spinner could deal damage to us. I believe it makes tramplers, right? They have tramples, so let's get Mountain. Get Mountain. And I guess we're going to sack the Prospector. Hold on. Get second Warboss in play. Yeah. And then that should make it so we kill them in 2 turns. 2 tokens, and the Warboss. Actually, we're 1 short, but... yeah, we can't leave. And the Sling-Gang is redundant with the Warboss anyway, so... I mean, with the Bombardment in play, so... play another boss. Getting in. Triggers. Attack, attack. Coming in. The 2-3 here is providing some pretty good defense against my Warboss. They also can make elementals too with the spinners, so can't really attack. No blocks? Our opponent is a certified maniac. Well, now they're dead to our next turn. Even if they can kill one of the Warbosses, they're still dead. Okay, so they're going to play Confinement, but they have 2 lands in their hand. Now the question is, can they... what do they have? 1, 2, 3, 4, they have 5. So they're going to try and turn on their Temple Guard. So now we have to need to change our plan a little bit because obviously we need to like... now they're kind of like fogged for 2 turns. We can't hurt them. So we're just going to have to kill the Sanctum Weaver this turn, which will shrink this land here. I'm glad we fetched to the mountain, honestly. Yeah, we'll kill Sanctum Weaver. And then we can just kill the Spinner next turn if we have to also. Because we're not damaging them anymore. Because for at least the next 2 turns. This will make the Elemental a little bit smaller for next turn and reduce their mana for next turn as well. So here comes Elemental. It's a 4/4. That's all they can do. They can attack for 4, and they're going to concede. Wow. Won that game on 1 land. 1 land. That was an unreal game. All right, going into game 3. Let's run it back. That was a wild, wild game. You're killing me here. Opening hands are just murder. All right, so they keep 7. We're going to mulligan. If this is a Blood Crypt, I might keep this on the draw, double Thoughtseize. But we obviously can't keep this 1 land on the draw, so mulligan. I mean, this hand's pretty fair. We got to mull this one too, I think. If we had a 1-drop to go with our expert to kill Sithis, or you're on the if we were on the draw this game, I mean on the play this game, so we'd have turn 2 Marshal, they play turn 2 Sithis, we can expert it on turn 3. I'd be fine with it, but I think on the draw this hand's just too slow. I'm just gonna mulligan again. This hand's just not getting anywhere. All right, we mulligan into double Knuckleball, double expert. All right, keep this. Ship Sling-Gang. And we're going to ship one of the Knuckleballs and just try and expert our way to victory, I think. Which kind of sucks, but we don't really have any good sacks for our Knuckleball. We're obviously very light on resources here on the old mulligan to 5, but they have it's abundant growth and not Utopia Sprawl, which is very good for us. Cavern of Souls. All right, well, here's the old Knuckleball. Please play a Sithis. Or the Mana Maker's fine too, honestly. The fact that this deck is vulnerable to removal is what keeps it kind of down, I think. Sprawl, okay. Sithis, Weaver, whatever, sure. Whatever they're playing there, we're killing it. So we bottomed in a Knuckleball and a Sling-Gang. I think I'd like to get those back into the pool of cards we can draw. So let's play this. Sack. We can get a Mountain because we have the Cavern of Souls. So yeah, so no, they have like paths and stuff in their deck, right? Yeah, no way. So expert. Kill that. So Knuckleball obviously needs help to be good. Usually our deck's good at providing help, but on the mulligan 5 here, not looking so great. So they get a Plains. They play not a Presence. God. That's bad. This is their engine card that we can't kill. So another Hovel. God, you're killing me here. Just killing me. All right. Now we're in big trouble. They've resolved their engine card. We've mulliganed to 5 and drawn essentially all lands. This could get ugly, folks. Could get ugly. Shocking into No Fear Shakespeare. Yeah, we're in big doo-doo, I think. This is gonna kill a Knuckleball. And then Mana Bloom too. I think this card's like pretty bad, but it does serve the purpose of repeatedly drawing an enchantment every turn. Oh, they're playing Prismatic Ending? That's interesting. All right. Yeah, we have basically nothing here, I guess. Mulligan to 5. Draw 5 lands, 3 spells. All right, cool. That's great. Let's play Cavern of Souls. Let's name Badger. Your turn. So a pretty anticlimactic first match here after that really, really exciting game 2. Just get Stone Cold locked out turn 3 by confinement in game 1, and then Mulligan to 5, drawing spells in game 3. That's magic sometimes. I wish I could see it. We can't win anymore. All right. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? It happens. It happens. Try for some better luck here in round 2. See if we can do a little better than that last one. All right. Hand's pretty good here. We got Witch, Bombardment, Expert, Boss. Pretty good on the draw. Against Pokemon End Boss Giovanni here. Bombardment. Gonna keep this one. Put them all against 6. Having 1-drop Expert's pretty good too. So, excuse me. Misty Rainforest, go. Okay. Cavern of Souls, Goblin. Play the Knuckleball, say go. I don't think there's an entire card in Magic. I guess Force Spike. That can counter a creature on turn 1 for 1 mana. I guess Force Spike's the only one, I think. You know, there's like Spell Pierce, Spell Snare, Miscast, somebody like 1 mana. Dispel, like conditional counter spells, but oh god, don't Ren 6 me. Oh, please don't. Don't do it. I'm begging you. Please. Please. Oh, thank god. That was so close. I was so scared. Alright, untap, draw Ringleader. It's honestly pretty good. Probably gonna be a grindy matchup, so we're just gonna lay a land here and I mean, we're just going to cast the Bombardment. We'll attack first, but again, casting Bombardment on turn 2 is not really where we want to be. Usually it's more of like a turn 4 or 5 play, but obviously we can just deposit it onto the battlefield when necessary. So, correct this. Just get a Mountain. We got black mana. I guess you want double black for bidding, perhaps. We don't really need that much red. All right, sure. We'll get a Swamp here. Oh, I'm such an idiot. Oh my god, I'm so dumb. Goblin Bombardment is not actually a goblin. I'm sorry, folks. I outthought myself there. That's okay. That's okay. Yeah. Very, very, it's just a very unique feature of this goblin deck is that there's a 2-drop that's red in your deck. It's not a goblin. You can't cast it off Cavern of Souls. Almost never comes up like that. So that's pretty unfortunate. We're going to get Shardless Agented into some Rhinoceros. This actually works out okay for us. So they get the Rhinos. Now we get to kill the Shardless with the Expert and get on the board more. So not the best scenario for us, but not the worst either. Kill this. Start building our board. We're going to probably Warboss here and try to get our engines online. This is probably not a I don't know. They have like a lot of spot removal. So they have like, Fire Ice and so on and so forth to kind of break things up for us. Yeah, let's Warboss first. Try and get the Knuckleball going. Get Knuckleball nice and big. Send in the old Gobski. Bye-bye, Gobbers. Next turn we got Pashalik Mons too. Get that Knuckleball up to 2 power. It would be unfortunate if they can kill it this turn. They got to kill the ball and the Warboss though, so gonna get in for 8. It's fine. It's fine. Pass the turn. This means that we're probably going to get Crashing Footfall again off a Violent Outburst. Yeah, we're probably in trouble here, honestly. I mean, if we draw a 2-drop this turn, I could have Bombardmented and played something else. Pashalik Mons doesn't really feel like enough if they just like don't block the token. So it's probably just got to be Bombardment, combat, attack, leave back the Knuckleball to play some defense. If they have other footballs, I think we're just dead though. I don't think it actually matters. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think we're just dead. I don't like this deck. I don't like this deck. Yeah, I mean, if they have 5 cards in their hand, there's just no way they don't have a Violent Outburst here. And I don't really see a way out. Shoot. All right. Play Bombardment. They have Force Negation also. Ay. Yeah, I mean, I don't really see a way out here, unfortunately. Not going to bother blocking. Just going to fire in the end step Rhinos. Yeah. I guess 16 power on turn 4 is pretty good. So, all right. Tough game there. Tough game. So we're going to bring in our Chalice of the Woods. And our Thoughtseizes, I think. And bidding, they have like ways to counter bidding. And I think they're just like a little too fast or something. It's not really, even though they are kind of a control deck, it's not really like, they're not like a grindy control deck. So just cut the slower elements from our deck. Expert, I'm actually going to shave Bombardment, I think. Shave Bombardment. Shave a Prospector. And I may have got the Ringleader, honestly. I think we kind of need to be fast. Obviously, our hand wasn't great that game, so yeah, let's try this. You have Chalice. So obviously, Chalice on 0 will counter the Crashing Footballs, which is pretty great. So on the play. Oh yeah, that's better. That's much better. Keep this. No need to Thoughtseize on 1 because they just can't play a spell on turn 1. So I guess they could, in theory, force negation our Chalice, but we're gonna Knuckleball on 1. And then probably Thoughtseize Chalice on 2. Unfortunately, because we brought in these interactive elements, you know, a card like Knuckleball gets a little worse. But we have the Sling-Gang, which is kind of cool. And they're going to fetch. They have a Dead Gone here. It'd be kind of annoying. We have Unearth, though, so whatever, I guess. They do. Get him dead. No, they're just going to suspend Crashing Footballs. Sure. Doing it the old-fashioned way. You got it, my friend. All right, so I'm going to go fetch ourselves up a Blood Crypt. Cast Thoughtseize. Their hand is Island. They actually have the Dead Gone, and a Bone Crusher, and a Fury, and an Anger of the Gods, and a Prismari Command. You gotta take it easy, opponent. You gotta take it easy. I think the best card here is Bone Crusher Giant. It's actually a threat. I mean, Fury is fine. Anger is actually pretty annoying too for our Unearth, but they can't even cast it yet. So Bone Crusher is a card they can cast next turn. It's also a threat. So I'll just hit the. I guess Prismari Command can kill my Chalice too. That's really annoying. Yeah, it's gotta be command. Actually, I'm making stuff up. All right, so pretty annoying. Take this. Their hand is literally all removal spells. We'll remove the Stomp, the Gone, and the Dead that aren't actually in their hand from their end. Those aren't actually magic cards. And I guess we'll play Chalice on 0. I mean, we could wait one turn to play Chalice on 0, but I don't really see a reason to. So play Chalice on 0. Attack for 1. They're pretty hateful here. The fact that this deck is like, you know, the opportunity cost of this deck is supposed to be you can't play cards that cost less than 3, and they can just play Dead Gone, Fury, Bone Crusher Giant. Is you know, sort of makes it a trivial requirement, you know. So I don't know. That kind of annoys me a little bit. All right, so we're just gonna play our Foothills and say go. I imagine they're gonna stomp our poor Knuckleball here. Yep. Goodbye, Knuckleball. So many windows to have open here. Footfalls, getting ready to go into exile with our Chalice of the Void on 0. They draw land? Nope. Don't even feel bad. Gonna get Stomping Ground here. And I'm just gonna play, I mean, play Sling-Gang and they just like kill it in response to a trigger. And we just have 2 1/1s in play. I guess. I mean, like, they just have so many control-y elements here, you know? Like, that's the problem, is that they just have this pretty fast clock, but the control elements also. So we like board out some of our slower cards. We might actually just need them. Sling-Gang. Say go. Probably gonna dead it responsive trigger, maybe. Maybe not even. I don't even know. No, I should let it happen. Sure. Pass priority. Say go. Just gonna untap. Sure. Spend goes to 1 on Footfalls. So as long as I don't kill my Chalice by next turn, we're good to go on seeing that gone forever. Hello. Opponents in the old Tankaroo. They're going to evoke Fury, exiling Anger of the Gods. Okay. Just 2 for 1. Not the worst exchange ever, you know? So, shoot you. Shoot you. Shoot you. So they go to 12, we go to 17. Fury's gone. Now they have Dead Gone and 3 other cards in hand. Pashalik Mons is here. So I think we're going to Unearth the Witch and the Pashalik Mons. Unearth Knuckleball. I think Pashalik Mons is more important, so we're going to play that second. Because if we played it first and then played Knuckleball, I guess it would just, it doesn't matter either way, but whatever. Oh, I'm sorry, this is better, because now that they kill Pashalik Mons, the Knuckleball's in play, so. They gotta have spells in their hand, obviously, because they don't have lands, so. They got a Subtlety S here. I'm not sure what they're gonna do. I'm not sure what their, like, you know, real plan is, but the fact that they have Prismari Command in their deck to kill the Chalice is pretty annoying, too. They're gonna Dead Gone and the Knuckleball, sure. And Pashalik Mons is here and ready to rock and roll. Say go. 3 cards in hand. Force of Vigor, my Chalice. Are you serious? You brought in Force of Vigor. I have 2 Chalices in my entire deck. All right, I guess. Oh, now we are once again in trouble. They exiled a Footfalls. Oh, look, they got it again. All right, well, I guess we're dead. Yeah, I mean, good start to our league. Good start to our league. They have one card left. They still have Bone Crusher too. Ay. Alrighty then. Good timing. Good timing. Yeah, another Shardless Great. Sure. Alright, yeah, I mean, alright, sure, I guess. Man, rough league today. Rough league. Alright, we'll mulligan again. It's okay. Opponent's got a Luris. And we got no Landos here. We got no Landos. One Mogg to aim the catapult. One Mogg to steer the rock. Just another Mogg Monday. All right, so we're going to mulligan. Mulligan to a pretty good hand. It's awkward because like Luris decks are either Thoughtseize decks or like really aggressive Burning decks, like Prowess decks. And we have a different plan against either, where I either want the bidding or don't want the bidding kind of thing. We're gonna keep, obviously. I really wish we can keep 7 cards here. We are on the draw. We could just ship a land. We could just ship a land here. I think it's like land, matron, or bidding. Those are the 3 main options. Could also be a monkey deck, and if they're a monkey deck, they're gonna get hidden probably too. I'm gonna ship bidding. Matron can get Ringleader if we need more gas. And I just don't want to be stuck with bidding in my hand and have it not be a thing, you know, or we get Thoughtseize or whatever. So, Blood Crypt, monkey. The one thing I really don't like about this card is how egregious it is play versus draw. Similar to how Goblin Lackey was in older formats, honestly, where on the play, we have no problem with this card at all. We have 1 drop and a removal spell. On the draw, don't have 1 mana removal spell, so it's going to hit us at least once, which is pretty annoying. And I think that good Magic design would be making cards that are not so play draw skewed. And this is one of the most recent examples of a card that is play draw skewed in the wrong way in recent memory. Yeah, so they're gonna kill my thing and they're gonna get in and hopefully they don't hit a playable card. Here comes the monkey. And gonna trigger, it's gonna exile a Sling-Gang. Alright. Not a castable card at least, so we got that. We got that going for us. Pashalik Mons. All right, so we're going to try and expert it. The problem, of course, is they can just kill the expert in response. So we're gonna wait till probably like, I don't want to do it now. They can use their mana. Probably wait till their turn. We can do it on their upkeep also. Wait till their turn opens up things like Kolaghan's Command. I guess they still cast Terminate. All right, almost doing their upkeep. And again, play draw here. This game is 1000% different, which is pretty annoying. But all right, fire up the expert. Next turn's Pashalik Mons or Matron, which are both pretty good here also, but seems very likely they have a removal spell here. No, we got it. All right, cool. Monkey down. So the monkey wasn't that bad. They got a free Lotus Petal. 2 mana. 3 mana. What? Why would they sack the treasure and not the not just tap mana Blackleaf Glyphs? So they must have drawn Kolaghan's Command for turn. That's pretty unlucky for us, I guess. All right, so on tap, Marshal. Marshal. That's pretty good. We're going to Marshal here and play a tap land. I was at a Patriarch Mons. Because the Patriarch Mon dies, we can ping the Ragavan, so they can't actually get through it. But Marshal allows us to like play this, get a free block in, and then just play a tap land, not take any more damage. So just going to Marshal here. Marshal. So I think we're in like pretty good shape here. We're setting up for Ringleader, which is great. A little soft with Thoughtseize, I guess, but I think our deck is actually like quite good against Ragavan. We have a lot of 1-drops. We have Mogg War Marshal, good blockers, and so on and so forth. Play draw certainly, you know, skews it a bit, but there's Scalding Tarn Sack. Watery Grave. Okay. Just gonna say yeah. I'm a little tempted to echo here, I'm not gonna lie. Just keep getting value. Drama Lock could be a consideration, something like that. So we could just echo and just keep playing for the longer game, which I kind of like, actually. I guess we have Cavern of Souls for Drama Lock, but even like casting Pashalik Mons here doesn't feel particularly great. A lot of 1s and 2s in our deck too. I'm gonna echo. Selling in for a grindy game here, so play Foothills. And just gonna get in for 1. They require 2 removal spells to get through Ragavan here. Get the Ragavan through, so. And now I can pop the thingy. We have all of our colors. I can make sure for an expert if they want to put Lurrus in their hand. They didn't do that though. They just passed it with mana up, so. They're gonna iteration, sure. A lot of new cards here. Iteration, very, very good. Mishra's Bauble. You got it. And the card they exiled for iteration was, I guess, Bauble. Not entirely clear, honestly. Guess so. All right, combat. Again, not really sure what they're holding up here because they can't counter our spells anyway, so we can get Stomping Ground here. Don't really need it, but we have 2 blacks, so it's fine. They bobble. And we are going to, like a boss. We're not playing Warboss into removal here. I think we're just going to play Matron, get Ringleader. Oh. We're not playing Arena. I was trying to drag out of the battlefield in the convenient, fun way. This is going to resolve. Yes, I will. We're going to go get ourselves our 1 Ringleader. Yeah, which is exactly why it's in the deck. We have a nice little, we can grind if we need to. And we'll send in the Goblin. Probably should attack first, but whatever, they're not blocking, so. And just say, go, our hand's pretty juiced here, honestly. Even if they were to, like, Thoughtseize as Ringleader, if we draw a land, we can just play Warboss and Pashalik Mons. Pretty cool. I'm going to assume they have at least 1 drown in their hand. Maybe even 2 at this point, honestly. And not really sure what else exactly. They've been leaving mana up and not putting Lurrus in their hand. Okay, never mind. We're good. Still a good hit for them, but not the Ringleader, which is the important part. So, I mean, kind of a weird and annoying. Like, why would they save these for this turn where they could just like maybe cast them a turn after I cast Ringleader? But like obviously I saw two good cards, so that didn't feel good. But still have Ringleader, no Thoughtseize. They would need another discard spell here to really punish us. They have a Kolaghan's Command. That would be pretty gross. Nothing to return though, so they are 12 also. They are just dying, which is part of the plan too. Draw Pashalik Mons again. Sweet. So we'll leave up our pain-free land here. We cast our Ringleader. Big money, big money, big money. Oh yeah, there we go. No, I just didn't put the cards in my hand. I gotta click them, but coming in, we'll leave back Marshal again to defend against the monkey. And feeling pretty gassed up here, not gonna lie. We're gonna see a Drama Lock, probably one of our creatures, because they can't counter stuff. We had a Bolt too. A Snapcaster Mage, sure. Snap Bolt, whatever. They wanted to be super aggressive. They could like kill the Marshal, untap and kill it and get the monkey in, but they are dying here. So they're snappy. Next turn we have a 3-drop and a 2-drop. They're just blocking. Saying goodbye to the monkey too. All right, great. You can see where we grind pretty well here. So they're at 12. We're at 17. We have more cards at hand than them. They still have Lurrus, but we have Expert to deal with Lurrus. Possibly. Snapcaster Mage again. This is going to be a Kolaghan's command, probably. Could be iteration, I suppose. I'm going to go for a discard spell here. This is kind of an interesting play because they're fighting on an axis where I don't think they win on this axis. Like, they could have gotten my Kolaghan's command, like, made us discard a card, returned a Snapcaster Mage, and just tried to, like, keep grinding. I don't see how, you know, with them so behind on cards, one discard spell really helps them that much here. And they can't even take the best card in my hand. Took Pashalik Mons, sure. So I really don't see what the plan is here for them. It's important to make your plays with like the thought in mind of like, how's this game going to play out? What's going to happen over the next few turns? One card left, and they are really, really stingy about putting this Lurrus in their hand too. All right, so we're gonna cast a boss here. And that's gonna resolve. Move to combat, see if they can kill it or not. Yep, there's a Drown lock. And now that they've cast Drown, I can cast my second Marshal. And they should have no cards left. We've ground them into dust. Marshals. They fetch a duel here. They have literally nothing left. Now they can put Lurrus in hand, cast it, and bobble, but we have Expert to kill it. We have Sling-Gang to kill them. Feeling pretty good about most of the things happening in this game. We draw a land, we can double spell. We draw a spell, we're happy too. So all looking pretty good here. Just gonna cast the bobble, sure. Yep. Pretty stoked to do some cube content over the next few weeks. Been updating my cube. Kind of exciting. Got the last few cards I haven't gotten yet. Cool Stuff was sold out with a few of them. But got some big out in stock. Put a second order in. We're all good to go. They fire off some bobbles. Blah, blah, blah. No Echo here, unfortunately. You know, I do love playing Echo. I guess we could Echo and just like Expert. We do have to kill the Lurrus. Yeah, actually, what's Echo? Sure. Echo. Actually, let's leave this untapped. Echo. Untap. Unearth. That is a gas draw. That is an awesome one. All right, black, red, Expert. Kill this. We're going to unearth a Warboss here. And red zone, let's go. We'll say, I think Lurrus is pretty obnoxious in Modern. However, the one good thing about Lurrus, even though it's played in like half a decks in the format, Lurrus means no Plague Engineer, and that's a good thing. That makes me happy. So, all right. Gotta grind. Ringleader's coming in. Not really interested in Thoughtseize against them. Like, they're like kind of a control deck, but we can just trade resources pretty efficiently. Nihil Spellbomb is interesting. They can definitely have Crocs on their deck, and they handle Snapcaster Mage and Lurrus. Doesn't handle Lurrus, it helps against Lurrus. And then Fatal Push, we are on the draw. We might just want more answers to Ragavan. Now, of course, the issue is we are cutting some spells here. So I think that the Prospectors can just go because they're just too weak. I'm gonna maybe do like 2 spell bombs, I think. And then we can cut like I'm gonna cut a land actually. I think that I'm gonna cut a land again. I'm gonna cut a the one Stomping Ground Swamp. I'm gonna cut a fetch. We're on the draw against a Thoughtseize deck, so we kind of have more gas in our hand. And then we gotta cut one more card here. They're all pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. We're lowering our goblin count a bit. We still have 33 though, which is pretty. Actually, I mean, these are gonna be gone. We're gonna have 30 goblins for a ringleader, which is pretty good. Cut the land. Again, I don't really want these pushes unless we're specifically on the draw against the monkey, just to have another out to it. I don't think they're particularly great otherwise. Let's cut. Honestly, Warboss is the kind of card where like they answer it really, really well. So like we don't want to draw a lot of them. It is definitely good against them, but like not the card. I don't want my hand to be 2 Warbosses and have no option but to cast a Warboss. I'm gonna shave a Warboss. We're more about grinding in a matchup like this, I think. The consistent threat's not that important. So, all right. And our hand is not great, unfortunately. This is the kind of hand that will get murked by a monkey. Oh, man. That's the problem is like the monkey just gives this sort of like controlling deck this like unbelievable 1-drop. Whereas normally I would keep this against a control deck pretty happily, but I could just keep, I guess. We are drawing to like a bunch of things that can answer it as well. Our deck is mostly 1 and 2 drops. I'm gonna keep. Maybe it's wrong, but I'm gonna keep. They need to like have monkey, and then we need to not draw an answer, right? So they don't have it. Like the stand's actually pretty good, so not good, but it's fine. And then also we just need to have faith because we have, there you go, perfect. You know, we are drawing cards. You know, part of Magic is the act of drawing a card. So not gonna leave pushed up. Nothing I would need to leave it up for. They wouldn't dash monkey. They would just play it on the have had on a 1. So bobble, sure. I'm good. Steam Vents, shock. What is this? Just saying go. All right, sure. I guess they still have our top card. Interesting choice to shock there. All right, so we're gonna play Mire. And just say go. This is fine, you know. No Cavern of Souls this game, which, you know, makes things a little less easy, but fire up the iteration, not a problem. And we need to decide if we're gonna Legion Warboss or Pashalik Mons next turn. Probably Mons first. They had a bobble, sure. Looking at our top card. Ooh, no land drop for them. That means we're definitely gassing Warboss. It's definitely going to die, but we'll get value off it, which is important. So, get another duel, untap. We also have this bidding looming, and the bidding's going to be freaking great. Where you been the last, like, few turns, huh? Were you late to work? You overslept? What's going on here? Unbelievable. Just can't get any good. It's impossible to get good help these days, you know? Coming in for 1. And now they're missing land drops too, so there's pressure on them to kill this. So if their hand right now is like Bolt Iteration, they can't really afford to cast Iteration. I guess they could like maybe hit a land, but another bobble, sure. Bolt the poor Warboss. Next turn's Pashalik Mons and Ignoble Hierarch, which is pretty cool. And Sling-Gang Lieutenant. Alright, yeah, this hand's chunky as hell. Play land. Still play Mons first. It don't really matters, but honestly, like, we're looking to cast a pretty good bidding this game, honestly. Play the old monster. The thunderhead that leads the storm. And play Ignoble Hierarch. Attempt to get in for 2 here with our goblin. There's a reason why we're splashing for a green 1-drop in our Goblin deck, and the reasons are this card's pretty good. All right, they have like a massive rule spell here or something. No interaction at all that turn. I might get angered here, folks. That would suck. That would make our bidding a lot worse, but yeah, we're getting angered. Kozilek's Return, much better. Much better. 3 triggers, going upstairs 3 times. And I would say that if we draw land, we might just bidding back these 3 creatures, honestly, and just kill them that way. We have Sling-Gangs, too. Yeah, we draw a land, we might cast bidding and just return the Warboss, the Mons, and the Hierarch and get in for 2 and just have a bunch of stuff in play where they're basically dead. Playing Sling-Gang's also great, though, so I'm not really like, 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. It's fine. All right. Draw. All right, didn't draw a land. Kind of happy to not need to make a choice here, honestly, so. Weird pause in my draw step. Not gonna lie, it's a little odd. Fire up the Sling-Gang. Now they're effectively at 6, and they still have much to deal with here. Much to deal with. Sling-Gang has to die. We got plenty more gas in our hand. A resolve bidding wins the game on the spot. Bolt. So we're going to leave the goblins in play. Just going to sacrifice the Sling-Gang. All right. So 20 to 8. They do have many, many cards in their hand, but they're at 8. And we have a quarter of our life total in attacks next turn. Expert. Expert. Indeed. All right. I'm going to get in. Drawing a second 2-drop makes me happy to play double spell this turn. So they're probably going to drown this, but that's fine. If it resolves to win the game, and if they don't, it's fine also. And we have Expert. Oh, resolves too. Wow. Could have another K return here, I guess. That would kind of suck. Then we go to 5. Lightning Bolt, Mogg War Marshal. You're in a good spot when your opponent's doing that. This feels like a Master Rule spell of some kind, though. They got a lot to beat here, though. Explosives on 0. Interesting. Interesting. Opponent is trying their little heart out here. All right, kill all that stuff. We're going to have to just fire the Expert in, honestly. They're at 6, effectively 5. Just need to keep chipping away. And we have 2 must-kill cards. And we still have a kill spell in our hand for whatever they play anyway, so. Uh-oh. Usually I auto-yield. Always yes, too, so it would have killed it if I had done that, but thankfully I didn't, so. Untap, draw, mountain, all right. Now we're online for bidding. I'm not going to cast it to drown, though, so I'm just going to attack. They will certainly drown the Sling-Gang if they have it, because they're dead otherwise. So play Sling-Gang, crack fetch, get land, drown Sling-Gang, and then they got to make their proactive play on their turn because they're almost dead, and then we cast bidding and win the game. Drown in the lock. Big question of when we're going to cast this. Like, if they say go with all their mana up, I'm pretty sure we're not casting it. We are, like, running out of things to nickel and dime them with. Another fetch land. Sure. All right. Coming in for 1. We draw... Love draw spell here, obviously. 1 black, 1 red. This might be a Kolaghan's command to kill my goblin, maybe discard. Because they have no creatures in their graveyard. Just draw for turn. Goblin Bombardment. That's a pretty funny one. All right, we'll start by attempting to get in for 1. I honestly like kind of can't let this card resolve because it makes every single goblin we play lethal for the rest of the game. So kind of a cool bait card. Black in the pool. Oh. Black red in the pool. Terminate my 1/1. Do it. No, don't do it. Do something. Terminated. All right. I mean, they're at 4. Effectively kind of 3. It's going to resolve. Okay. So now every goblin we cast is going to be really, really good because, it's a creature that needs to be killed and guaranteed damage too. And if they ever go for a big Lurrus turn, we also have this bidding waiting too, so. So eventually going to need to do. They need to make some forward progress here because now they're at 3. All right, that's really weird. I just got like a Facebook is watching you moment. So I just used the phrase nickel and dime. And for those who don't know, these videos are recorded in OBS, which is the same software I use to stream. And my activity feed is here on the right. And someone just followed me this second, whose username is nickel and dime, all capital letters. Obviously, no one's watching this right now. I'm recording, not streaming. That's just really creepy. I just had to let everyone know that and know how creepy that was. Lurrus goes to hand. 5 cards in hand. Definitely probably still have a drown here. But again, they got to drown basically anything. So that is really, really creepy. People can obviously follow you while you're offline. They watch a YouTube video or something like that. Make a new account. Munitions Expert. That's actually... The fact that it has flash is pretty cool. In the draw step again. I don't know why they'd bring in Surgical against me, so... Just going to say go. Now if they cast Lurrus, I can play the Expert and have it kill itself just to push the Lurrus. I guess Expert would also just kill Lurrus. I could just ping the Lurrus for 1 and sack it to Bombardment. But they clearly have Drowns. We're not playing into Drown, obviously. Here's Lurrus. Lurrus resolves. Probably going to cast a Bauble here for free. We'll respond by casting our Expert. And we're going to deal 1 to the Lurrus, or attempt to, and then let them play the rest of their turn. Oh, we got him, folks. We got him good. They used the drown. It's bidding time. We bided our time so patiently, and now it's bidding time. Place your bids, my friends. Place your bids. It's about to go down. What? What? Why wouldn't you do me the decency? You don't even know I have it in my hand. Oh, they saw our top card was War Marshal? Ah, that's no fun. It does kill them, but all right, fine. All right, on the board, the convincing victory. And I think this is Nikachu MTG. Their name is Nikachu. I'm not actually sure offhand what Nikachu's name is. Oh, well, they're talking in chat. I'll say, hey, bud, good luck. I never talk in chat, but I'm gonna assume it's Nikachu MTG. And some are playing Goblins. Hopefully, Nikachu's playing Merfolk. And Nikachu was on my show Mogg Monday. We did a Mogg Monday showdown versus him and his Merfolk. And we did lose. He got the better of us, but this hand's really, really good, so we're going to keep this. This is a really good... Our deck seems really good against Merfolk if this is Nikachu playing Merfolk, so... Goblin Bombardment and Pashalik Mons both seem pretty insane. So this might be a match where we go turn to Bombardment, try and get more value out of our Marshal. Minamo's School at Water's Edge. Say go. Alrighty then. Prospector, eh? Yeah, we're just gonna hobble here. Play Knuckleball. Gotta go to school. probably going to be Bombardment next turn into Marshal Prospector. And just like sack a whole bunch of stuff, kill a whole bunch of stuff, make our Knuckleball huge. We'll see what they do. See what they do. Which member? No. Maybe yes, maybe no. Mutavault. The best card. Oh, Chalice the Void. This is great. I mean, we have Cavern in our hand anyway. That's good. That's good. So Hovel's a good draw also. So yeah, we're gonna resolve our bombardment here. Set up for Prospector Marshal next turn. We're gonna reveal Prospector. We're going to play Bombardment. Might get Force Negation here, but honestly, Niki's running out of cards. Only has 4 cards left, so a Force here would really put them light on resources. Resolves. Attack. And now I think we're just in the driver's seat. 10 ways till Sunday. We have Pashalik Mons and Bombardment and a bunch of fodder. So the machine gun is loaded up. We're all ready to roll. Glasspool Mimic. Not a lot of Merfolk in this Merfolk deck. We're assuming it's a Merfolk deck. Maybe it's not, but all right. So we're going to let's just cast Mogg War Marshal and start there. We could just cast the Pashalik Mons. I mean, they have a Mutavault on defense, I suppose, but all right, I'll play Marshal. I don't think there's any counter spells in this deck, but I want to play Prospector through the Cavern for the Chalice, so Marshal. Resolves. Cavern of Souls. Goblin. Prospector. Chalice the Void. Not today. Coming in. I really struggle to see Merfolk beating this board. Just gonna throw it out there. Petty Theft targeting Knucklebone Witch. Interesting. This is fine. We can just recast it. There's no point in sacrificing it for anything, honestly. So sure. I don't really care if I get a 3-1. Just dies to Bombardment, so sure. Next turn is Pashalik Mons and Knuckleball. Cool old Chalice the Void. Basic Island. We're going to nug them with the Bombardment for 1 at the end step. We're not going to let them, we're not going to pay Echo. Might as well get some value off of it, so untap. Shoot you for 1. I mean, now Counterspell could certainly be in play. So I might actually want to just use the... And I also running out of spells to cast, too. Just running out of, things they could possibly have at this point. Yeah, we're just going to play Pashalik Mons with the Cavern of Souls. Play the Crypt tab. We have drawn a lot of lands this game in the last few turns, but still going pretty well here. The machine guns are locked and loaded. Mutavault wants to block. Totally fine. Dismember targeting Pashalik Mons. So he will shoot upstairs for 2. Sack this. Shoot this. Now they want to block a Mutavault. We can just kill it post-combat, I guess. You may draw a spell or 2 at some point this game, but it's fine. Let damage resolve. Finish this off. And we'll just play Blood Crypt. And say go. So we're running out of gas a little bit, but they only have 2 cards in hand. So is that Dismember? They're at 10. Harbinger of the Tide, which will return this. It's pretty annoying, but sure. Upstairs. We need spells, folks. We do need to draw some spells here. That's a spell. That is definitely a spell. All right, so we're gonna play land. Gonna fetch. Just get a swamp. Whatever, doesn't matter. We're gonna play our Knuckleball with our Cavern of Souls. This does get countered. Then we're gonna cast Sling-Gang Lieutenant, which is a little redundant with the bombardment, but we're just gonna go. They got 2 cards in hand, a 2/2 in play. We got bombardment shots for not days, but like pretty good. They have our own Cavern of Souls, sure. We've got a Knuckleball to grow here. And they're going to play a Lord. I am Lord is what they say. And we're just going to untap. There's no reason to end up anything. So untap. See what we draw. All right. A little flooded. Not going to lie. 1 card left. I think we just sack 2 goblins and kill the Lord. Just get in with our Knuckleball. Honestly, I mean, another petty theft would be pretty annoying, but like, it's not really the end of the world. And killing Lords is pretty important. So, shoot here, sack this. Always yes. And grow a Knuckleball. Shoot here, sack this. And get in for 3. No blocks. It goes to a precarious 6. Play Foothills and say go. A little jealous of my opponent's Meta Vaults this game, I'm not going to lie. But kind of hard to play that card in our deck, honestly. So Foothills crack, get a Stomping Ground. And no more lands, please. Got enough lands. That's not a land, technically. So add a green, cast it with the Cavern. Can't be countered. Now we're attacking for 4. And we're essentially lethal here. Barring some sort of shenanigans. We have 3 on the board with our Goblin Bombardment or our Sling-Gang. This has to be blocked or they're dead. Yep. And then we just play another land, say go, and crack it and get another duel. And they can borrow here, but whatever. End step borrower, 1 card in hand. Getting in. I respect it. No moves here for us. Another Harbinger? A Lord of Atlantis, sure. Crack this, get another Blood Crypt. And untap. And another Hierarch. I mean, they're in the Abyss. They have 1 card in hand. We can actually probably just attack with the Sling-Gang too. Because they block that. They could have like Merfolk Trickster or something like that too. I'm just trying to play like around, you know, super safer. They've been sandbagging it for a while, but they have to block Knuckleball anyway, so things go awry. We just have, yeah, sure. So a little floody, but strategically, Bombardment and friends line up pretty well against other creature decks. So let's see what we got in store for game number 2 here. Fatal Pushes, yes. And then not much else, honestly. I mean, Unearth. I mean, again, Pashalik Mons, Sling-Gang, all pretty sweet. Prospectors, okay. I would say the Ringleader is probably not super necessary. Like Ringleader Matrix can probably go and just keep our deck nice and lean. Definitely beat them in the card advantage battle. It's more about just like not dying. Masked Vandal could also be a possibility. I doubt they'll leave Chalice in, but could deal with that. Could deal with Vial. Maybe some like, I don't know what other kind of artifacts they bring in, but probably don't even want it, honestly. Just going to cut the 2 slower cards. I guess I could hit like Spreading Seas also for feeling a little frisky and want to like just have a few more outs to things. I like Unearth. I can see Shaven a Prospector. Also hedges. This also hedges a bit against Chalice if we don't have the Cavern of Souls. So obviously Cavern of Souls was pretty huge that game. We drew a lot of one drops that game with their Chalice already in play. But this feels pretty good to me. I'm pretty happy here. A couple pushes to kind of help out. Make sure we don't get snowballed. Bitch. Have a fast Lord draw. All right, push. Not a great hand, honestly. But it's also a little soft to Spreading Seas too, honestly. I'm going to keep, though. Expert could kill like a Silver Go or something like that. Obviously, Pashalik Mons is very good too. I'm going to keep. I don't love it, but I'm going to keep. Oh, that makes it a lot better. Fire up the Knuckleball. Now our Expert can actually kill things on turn 2, which is great. Blue. Go. I don't think I want to attack here. Attacking allows them to play a Harbinger next turn and bounce it to our hand. Given how mana screw we are, it's kind of a problem. So I think I just say go. Force them into action with Mexpert's kind of cool. This is mostly an attack saying I don't want to get Harbingered. So they could have Trickster and try and block. We have things to deal with that, but end step, Petty Theft my Knuckleball. Sure. It's fine. So it happened anyway. Honestly, Borrower seems kind of weird in this Merfolk deck. You can't Violate. It's not a Merfolk. I like this member a lot. I feel like Merfolk decks are often light on interaction, but all right, they're going to play Of Sea and Sky, which is going to die right now. Going to get ourselves a red-black land. Actually, I'm sorry. We're going to get a red-green land. Right? No, I have Push and Knuckleball, and yeah, I don't think that. Obviously, we draw exactly Hierarch. It's really annoying, but having double black for if we draw a land, we can go Knuckleball next. Now let's get Stomping Ground. And of course, we can use our Revolt here, take down the God of Sky and Sea. So big win on that turn for us. Hopefully, no Silver Gill off this Aether Vial. Draw a land, please. That's a good land too. That is a good land to draw. Now the question is, do I want to play Warboss here? They'll probably have a 2-drop that can block the Goblin, making it not that exciting. Or do I want to just get Pashalik Mons in play and start building up my my stuff here? I think it's Warboss, actually. It makes Knuckleball plus Expert a really good turn next turn. So there's a slight chance they don't have a 1-drop of some kind. Or a 2-drop, I mean. They can block the Goblin, so like a Bouse. Sure. Probably going to be a Lord here, which is fine. Harbinger? Sure. Same thing. Whatever. Either way, if the Goblin's blocked, it's bounced. Whatever. It's just a 2-2, though. Not that big of a deal. Vial can go up. This card's very, very good. Very, very good addition to Merfolk. Very powerful card. Merfolk is not a deck full of cards that have a lot of raw power, and this is definitely a raw power kind of card. Coming in, no blocks. And we'll see what is going on for next turn. They went up to 3. So we're going to untap Mogg War Marshal. Wow. So, I mean, I kind of want to have Expert available. Let's start by playing Knuckleball and then moving to combat and see how that goes for us. They Vial in the 3-4. We're going to have an answer to kill it. And 1, 2, 3. That would be enough with the Knuckleball and the Expert. So let's play it off of a swamp and move to combat. Although I guess if they have the thingy, they can activate their Mutavault and give it indestructible. That would suck. So maybe we want to just chill here. It might even just be a Marshal turn. Yeah. I'm actually gonna, yeah, because if I attack with the Warboss here and they put the God in, they can block, make it indestructible, and now I'm in big trouble. So let's just play it safe this turn. Send the Goblin by itself. They fire up Mutavault. I'm just gonna let it die. I'm not gonna bother trying to do anything else like that because I want to keep developing my board. So they have the God. All right, so pretty bad. So good play on our part as far as like playing around it, but unfortunate that they have it. Again, this is indestructible if they control 2 or more merfolk, which is fine. So let that die. Pump the Knuckleball up. Play Marshal. And now we're pretty wide on the board, which is great. We have Sling-Gang and Pashalik Mons in hand, as well as Expert. We're a little choked on mana, but not the end of the world, you know. Cast Borrower, just whatever. Now, this thing drawing them cards is pretty not cool. It gives other merfolk Ward 1. I actually forgot that part. And a Lord. All right. No islands here. So, super easy block on the God. And I think we're just taking 6 here. This is fine. Yeah, it's fine. What's a good draw here? I'd love to double spell, honestly. This is currently indestructible. We untap. Marshal. So I feel like this turn, we're actually more interested in playing Pashalik Mons. So if we draw a land, we can go Marshal Expert. Ward 1 on the Master of the Pearl Trident. We also need to not die, obviously. Yeah, let's say Pashalik Mons. They have a good 3 here. He could be in trouble for sure. I mean, they've had a pretty good hand this game. It's like 3 lands, a vial, and all spells, which is pretty much exactly what you want. Move to combat. They have like a dismember here, or a way to bounce something could be a problem. Need to leave blockers back for you need 1 blocker for the God. Attack with 2, I think. Should the boss get in also? There aren't many 3-mana lords, so pretty unlikely that the master could block and live. I think that honestly we have enough stuff in play, and I want things to die so I can pick off their things. I guess they have Ward 1. Ward is abilities also, right? I don't know. Gotta look it up. I think wards is spells and abilities, but MTG Ward. Over this permanent becomes the target of a spell or ability. Yes, it is or ability. Okay, so we can't pick off merfolk. Yeah, we can kill the bar rouse, which is very good though. So, all right, let's send it in. Mentor. Let's see what the verdict is here. With both Borrower and the God, I think it's very unlikely they have a 3-mana Lord in their deck. Could have another God here, which come in and block pretty good, but that's not the end of the world, I don't think. Because that actually added to their board. Glass pull, that's a Lord. All right, that's pretty brutal. And they're going to Harbinger, actually. And they're going to bounce the 2/2. Interesting. So yeah, pretty ideal draw. 3 lands, vial, all spells. We'll see. I mean, a goblin will die here, which will kill the... Yeah, sure. So not the greatest trade for us. 2 goblins are going to die. And we're going to grow this thing. We're going to shoot this. And again, these have wards. We can't shoot those. So these all have a ward, right? So we'll just shoot them. They have an answer to Knuckleball as well. Then we're probably just dead. But what are you going to do? So you go. So that was pretty brutal. Did not consider Glasspool Mimic as a possible card. Well, I guess we're also dead to a Spreading Seas effect, right? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Not completely. They would need a land also. Knuckleball's D'ing up here. Knuckleball's pretty big. This card's freaking good. This card's really, really good. Yeah, I mean, like, this game was mostly a tale of sort of the combination of, like, being on the draw missing a few land drops. Opponent has like this is the ideal kind of curve, like the Vial, the 2 lands, all spells, a few good interactive points. And then me maybe not playing around the glass pool there. If I thought about glass pool, I probably would have left the Warboss home. And I still have the Warboss and play. Oh my god, this got everything. All right, sure. So yeah, we're just dead this game. Kind of just had every piece on every street, and we missed like 3 land drops. So we're dead. Yeah, we're super dead here. So and draw a card. Block. And now we just don't have mana to actually cast any of our spells. So, and also the ward is also taxing too, and we just like can't cast anything. Just have no lands. So, turn 6 and still don't draw a 4th land. So that's all right. We'll go to game 3. I think we're in pretty good shape this matchup, honestly. So, pretty ideal draw, pretty stinky draw on our part, and then had all the interaction points. So, on the play for game 3. Yes, please. Well, I found the lands. I did find the lands. I can't really keep this hand. Like, all right. I guess I'm mulligan. I mean, it's better. We're gonna keep this. Oh, this is so awkward. I'm gonna keep. Again, we really, really want everything. It's probably going to be push because we just need all of our pieces here. Prospector allows the expert to kill on 2. Otherwise, we're like just playing Marshal on 2. Yeah, I don't know if this is right or not, but all right, sure. Opponent's keeping 7, right? Yes, maybe. Yeah, opponent's on 7. Right. See what we can do. See what we can do. Would really, really wish for this to be an Ignoble Hierarch. Not gonna lie. But Island. No Vial, that's good. Draw Mountain, sure. So just act for 1, play a Marshal here. Considering a dismember? Wow. So our Warboss is like probably not super safe, but this is unreal. I mean, I am so happy about this. Like 16, play Marshal. Unless there's another dismember waiting for my Warboss, I am ecstatic about this. Like Bouse. Island, sure. Saying go. Unsap. No echo. Ain't nobody got time for that. Draw. Something nice to play for. It's pretty far in the future, but I mean, go for a Warboss here, like probably gets petty thefted, but like I don't think I really care, so just jam. Blood Crypt, shock. Counterspell or something? I don't know what's going on here. Probably just petty theft. Sure. Get it for 1. Okay, with no Vial, these are not super mana efficient plays, so Beat of Vault, sure. They got the god, they got the god. Alright, let's draw a 1 mana creature, please. That is not a 1 mana creature. Especially on attack here. They block, we get the kill with experts, so then we're gonna play a post-combat Warboss, most likely. No blocks. All right. I mean, running lands allows for Sling-Gang bidding, which will win the game too. So they can produce a Merfolk here, and then the activation on Mutavault can make this indestructible. So it's a little scary. It's a little scary. They are 13, though. They are 13. Honestly, just drawing land for Sling-Gang bidding is going to be probably good enough. There's a Master of the Pearl Trident, sure. But if this thing gets in, we get to untap and kill the Master and attack for a bunch. So draw a card. No blocks. Drew a land. They drew a land. They have another petty theft here. I mean, we might just start snowballing if you don't draw land. All right, it's untap. Please just draw land. Can you draw land, please? No, obviously not. And unfortunately, the ward effect is actually insane against Goblin Bombardment. He's got to pay 1 for each one, so move a combat, see what happens. Abilities of a stack. Ability resolves. The attacks resolve. I mean, we're just going to try and kill this Master, right? They could fire at the Mutavault and block the Warboss, but at this point, we'll have done enough damage where I think we're fine. The counter here. Play Expert. Attempt to kill this. Pay 1. And we also have Sling-Gang loaded up too. We could just draw a land. We will win the game with Sling-Gang too. So if Mutavault wants to block here, I mean, there's 4 coming across, putting them to 9. And then our Sling-Gang is pretty much lethal. So let's see how the blocks look. Wouldn't mind drawing a 4th land at some point during this match. I'm not going to lie. They're going to block the token, not the Warboss. They have Dismember too. Wow, what a sicko. All right, so go to 7. Still dead to Sling-Gang if we draw land. Silvergill revealing Tide Shaper. Okay. Cavern of Souls. Attack, draw, sure. Harbinger bouncing a token. You draw land, please. Is that possible? No, it's not possible. All right, fine. All right, they're at 7. That wasn't that bad of a draw, I guess. Let's kill the 2/2. Attack for 2. Put them to 5 or 4. All right, so kill that. Get it for 2. They're at 6. This card's so good. Another Silvergill. Jesus. Feeling a Lord. And the Lord. All right, so unfortunately, Sling-Gang's no longer lethal. Didn't draw land anyway. This is ridiculous. All right, I guess we lose. I mean, like, we can't bombard things because they have this. I can just shoot them, I guess. Pretty frustrating. I'm not gonna lie. Just 2 games in a row. If we draw our 4th land, we probably win the game, and we just cannot produce it. They have Island Walk with this thing too. Yeah, we're just dead. Yeah. This card's a house. Just an absolute house. Yeah. All right. I mean, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Not draw land, clearly. Not draw land. All right. Rough league so far. Rough league. Some bad breaks here and there. We're gonna finish strong here, though. We got a pretty good hand. We got some lands to get our spells. We're going to keep opponent mulligan to 6. Ignoble Hierarch has not been with us this league. I'm pretty sure we haven't cast it once on turn 1 of any game. Except for the game we had a 1-lander. We did cast turn 1 that game. Whoa, boy. Mountain Aether Vial. Are you serious? Must be Monday. All right, let's go. Not exactly a Goblin Mirror, because I am a different kind of Goblin deck, but let's go. Let's go. Mountain? That's a fancy mountain, too. Don't like the flavor text, but I like the art, though. Art's cool. So we get to boss on 2 here into Bombardment. Let's see what's up. Hovel, revealing Mogg War Marshal. Pretty good. And then Violin, a Prospector in response. And then sack the Marshal. And play another Vial. That is a, they only have 1 card in hand, I guess. That's a pretty good turn, I suppose. And we're going to just play Territory here. Name Goblin once again. I should have fetched, actually, because now I can't go Bombardment tap land next turn. That was a mistake. Mild mistake. Not that big of a deal, but play boss. Pretty good attack here. Is the attack would force a trade, so whenever you're able to profitably... Oh, I'm sorry. Actually, I have a Hierarch. Oh, man. Ignoble Hierarch into Warboss is insane. That's really good. It attacks for 2 on turn 2. That's great. So, Dubs Vial here. Definitely, if it's a Matron or Ringleader rating for us, this game can get a little messy, but... Goblin Matron, there it is. All right, so let's see what the story is. Matron lady, tell me what the story is. A mother only a child could love. That's mean. You get an expert. Wow, they're just gonna go for the expert here. Not going for a Ringleader. It's pretty interesting. They're saying they can, what they got on board can beat us. Sure. All right, and they're coming in. All right, so we are gonna draw our owners. Now we're just gonna cast Sling-Gang here, Ben. We're gonna just get a swamp, play Sling-Gang. Getting a swamp specifically for a potential bidding in the future. And we'll just defensively Sling-Gang here. I'm just going to say go. I probably should F6, actually. All right, so vials go up. They have no cards in hand. So just don't draw Matron or Ringleader, basically. Sure. So, make some blocks. Leave Sling-Gang back. And untap. Cavern of Souls. All right, so we're gonna fire up the bombardment first. Attack with Sling-Gang. A little exalted action. Have expert available also. No blocks, sure. Just play Foothills and just say go. I mean, not a lot of spells here. It's fine. Vials go up. They play Cavern. Name Goblin. Still 1 card in hand. I think we're pretty good here. And they're going to get in. It's fine. Save his expert something more useful. Go get Blood Crypts. Oh my god, I misclicked. God damn it. Alright, sure. Might just have to use this expert if I don't try to draw any spells, so. Definitely had a little difficulty this league as far as like drawing the right mix of lands and spells, I'm not gonna lie. They're going to draw. They're going to play another Cavern of Souls. Vial on 3. Ugh. Pretty gross. Pretty gross. They're going to get a Ringleader. Yeah, it's pretty good. Gotta hope this one ain't too good. It is. It is. Harbinger and Marshal. Yeah, I mean, we're pretty dead here, unfortunately, if we don't draw a spell next turn. I think it might just be dead anyway at this point. There's your Harbinger. Put another Matron on top. Ugh. I mean, Ringleader or whatever. Oh, man. Just killing me here. Just killing me, Smalls. Kill this. Their next Ringleader basically has to brick for us to have a chance this game. Block here, and I'm sorry. Block here, block here. Just gonna kill this with this. All right, so 10 to 14, and we draw a spell. It's funny, bidding is actually better for them than it is for us. We haven't drawn any spells this game, so we're 100% drawing bidding this turn. 100%. No, Pashalik Mons. Man, that'd be good when I sold a board. That's actually still pretty good though, so we can, as long as I don't like hit with this. I mean, they have Ringleader on top. It's not gonna matter, I don't think. But all right, play this, play Goblin. We're a mana short of activating the Pashalik Mons, which is pretty good. Say go. This Ringleader needs to be pretty unimpressive for them, or we're dead. If we can go into our turn still alive and draw a spell, activate Pashalik Mons and stuff, we could be in okay shape. They should vial here in response to the Echo trigger to see if they want to pay for it or not. Nope, just gotta pay for it, sure. Oh, I'm sorry, the Ringleader, it's on their hand, yeah, it's on their hand. Fire up the Ringleader, and we need a big whiff here, folks. Nope. All gas. Sling-Gang Expert Hierarch. We're dead. All right. Not a very fun game there. Not a very fun game. Oh man. All right. So bidding's gonna come out because they're also a Goblin deck. We're gonna bring in Ringleader and the 2 pushes probably. And we're gonna shave like 1 card here. Honestly, like probably just a Prospector. Let's use Vandal's not very good. Chalice, Trashmaster. Sling-Gangs want the Ringleaders. Yeah, sure, it's fun. On the play. Sure. We can keep this. Hello, opponent. Are you there? So, there you go. Bloodstained Mire. Stomping Ground. Vial. So Vial again, sure. Play the old Marshal. Knuckleball, eh? Really annoying. I would love to put that on turn 1, obviously. I would like the Knuckleball to be in play and see the Marshal dying. But we can just, like, Expert Knuckleball next turn, so we can't do that. So whatever, let's play Marshal. So you go. Opponent says they're a huge fan in chat. Pashalik Mons. Another Vial. Alright. And Echo. Double Vial again, jeez. Alright. Play Knuckleball. Attack. Alright, I mean, we got Expert up. This is another game where, like, if they just have a lot of Ringleaders, we're just gonna get crushed because they just have double Vial. We're just not really producing a lot of gas here. Hovel, revealing a Marshal this time. Not the same Goblin. Sure, this one's fine. Yeah. Play Marshal, sure. I guess they were playing it anyway, so. And just going to say go here. So we'll. No, there's more. But wait, there's more. All right. So, yeah, I mean, that does kill that. We'll get a Stomping Ground. Nothing to kill with our Expert. And untap and play Monzi. Attacks here. You could probably trade our 2 goblins for their 4 goblins. And they don't have Mons in play. That's where we're going to attack here. I think these trades are good for us. They've got 3 cards in hand. One's a Pashalik Mons. They have 2 Vials. So once again, just no Ringleader or Matron, please. Vial on 3. Put in Pashalik Mons. Marshal dies. Kills one of our goblins. This is going to be a bloodbath. So shoot our Mons. Okay. Suppose we could just like play a land and like sack a goblin of Mons too, but Matron. Yeah, the problem here is that like our deck's pretty good against creatures, but the regular goblin deck just grinds so well with Mages Ringleaders that like we're probably just really behind here, you know? They got a Prospector. I mean, I get the idea, but I don't know if that's worth your Matron. Just get a Ringleader, right? Unless their last card's already Ringleader. Their last card's already Ringleader, then, you know, so be it, I guess, but we're going to kill their Prospector, and they're going to kill our goblins, but 3 in the pool. So we're just going to make the mana for Pashalik Mons and make more tokens. Okay, that's fine, I guess. I mean, now you can just draw Sling-Gang. And we can, like, Expert to kill the Pashalik Mons, I suppose. I mean, again, like, they have 1 card left. If that card's a Ringleader or Matron, we're probably dead. If it's not, I think they made an error of judgment getting the Prospector, honestly. So, black, red... So first Expert targets a Goblin, then the next Expert comes in response and kills the Pashalik Mons. It's a good thing it wasn't auto-yielded. That targets this. So the end result will be 1 Goblin on each side of the board and a Sling-Gang in our hand. All right. What's your last card, friend? Is it a Matron or Ringleader? Because if it is, I'm pretty sad. I'm pretty sad. Vials go to 3 and 4. All right. Sure. Goblin Crater Maker. All right. I mean, that can kill Sling-Gang, which is kind of annoying. Although boss is probably more important. So let's play Sling-Gang. A Lieutenant? Yeah, so no Major, no Ringleader there. I think that they were a little too aggressive with their Prospector. All right, gonna kill that. We're gonna shoot them. F6, attack for 1. We get the boss online next turn. We got a brick here. Oh my god. What is happening? It's a hard cast Kiki Jiki. Come on to the party, Kiki. All right, sure. And we draw a Pashalik Mons. All right, so we're gonna Mons, not Warboss here. Jam. Not really any good blocks here. I could copy their token, I guess, but go to 7. Maybe this could be a company deck. Could be a possibility. Have to remove Ringleader at that point, but that'll be Matron. No. It was all going so smoothly. Oh man. They get a Sling-Gang. Now they can just copy Sling-Gang and just kill us that way. We still have Pashalik Mons, I guess. They're gonna hold it. We're gonna untap and draw a Marshal. It's awkward. They're at 7. Kind of need to leave mana up for Pashalik Mons. This is super awkward. Maybe I should have played the boss, actually. I guess I could play both. I should have played both. I think I screwed up. The thing is, if we leave mana up, we can kill Sling-Gang in response to them trying to Kiki it, which is pretty important. But they're just gonna take it all. Wow, okay. So we're just gonna say go. And if they want to put in Sling-Gang, we get the kill it response to the they're gonna copy Matron again. Oh my god, it's also really good. I guess we'll kill that in response. I don't know if we can win here, honestly. They're at 4, it's so close, but wait, what? No. Hold on. Hold on. Kill this. Hold on. What am I doing here? Oh, no target. Just activate, right. Sack this. Shoot this. So now they'll Sling-Gang in response, sack the Matron, but now they have access to Sling-Gang plus Kiki. So, I mean, they're at 5. They're about to be at a lot more, though. Untap. Draw. All right, we drew a Lamb, which is actually pretty good. Because now I can leave up activation once again and just play Mogg War Marshal. So, play Marshal. Move to combat. Okay, this is going to be a murder fest. Oh, they're going to sack stuff. Sure, it's fine. So, sack, drain. Sack, drain, sack, drain. Yeah, I think we're good to go here. Unless I draw really well next turn. So, take 1. Pass turn. They go to copy, we kill it. If they don't, also fine. Untap. And we're going to put a stop on their second main. So if we kill it and they copy it, it won't live till our turn. Oh, just targeting it. All right, sure. Oh boy, that was a slog. All right, game 3, let's go. Yeah, I think their mistake that game was getting Prospector. If they just got Ringleader that game, I think we never ever win. They were just being too cute with their Pashalik Mons. This should definitely be a company deck because obviously we lose the element having Vile, and so we're a little softer in grindy games, I think, without Ringleaders and stuff. But company might be it because all of our 3 just are important too. Obviously can't company into a Sling-Gang, which is a little awkward, but this hand's not great, but we're gonna keep it. Put them all against a 6. We have a 1-drop. We need to draw a land at least, but we're on the draw. You know, we got Fatal Push as well. Cavern of Souls. Goblin. Prospector, sure. All right, so play Knuckleball, so go. Both of our pushes is not like exactly what we want, but it's fine. Attacks, no blocks. Snoop Gob? Snoop Gob. No. They're going to sack their Prospector to play a Matron? That is very aggressive. Okay. That is not going to play well into our hand at all with all of our pushes. I imagine they're getting a Snoop here. Yeah, so that's a very, very aggressive play. We drew a land, which is dope. Let's play land, so go. Kill Snoop, untap into probably Warboss. Yeah, I think company's a really good idea. So I feel like a lot of the games, we've had this problem where we want to cast Warboss or Mons, and both would be insane. but we can't do that, obviously, so there's Snoop. Top card is a Mountain and an Aether Vial. So we're going to kill this. We're going to get ourselves a Blood Crypt and start this party up. Goblin. Like a boss. Now we have Pashalik Mons plus push next turn or Ringleader. I think we're firmly in the driver's seat here. Little Ringleader action. Harbinger, sure. Harbinger's going to look for probably Ringleader, I would assume. I think the most basic default rule of Goblins is just go for Ringleader every time. There you go. There we go. Like to see that. I don't like to see it, but I mean, I like to see it, you know, from a watching someone play Goblins perspective. All right, so we can Monzi here. We could Ringleader also. So we have push available too. I think it's probably just Ringleader. Makes our attacks not as great, but Mons is good, but kind of lacking a sack out a little bit. Yeah, I'll just do this. Expert, boss. Poor bombardment, you know. Give me a tribal enchantment, please. Can we do that? Is that possible? Somebody call somebody. Trades here are great. Pump the witch up. All right, so we got Ringleader on the way. Survey says, ooh, little whiffy. Only a Sling-Gang. And another Pashalik Mons. So you can see here, we're like kind of like flooded on 3-drops, you know? All right, so I think we're just bossing. One Goblin will die to the Ringleader, but it's kind of like whatever. There's also a question if they'll want to trade this Warboss off or not. I guess I kind of do at this point. Just like ship the Warboss, you know? We're at 14. Trade Warboss with Harbinger. Trade off a large portion of the board. It also grows our board too. This is fun. We're going to have a huge Knuckleball. We got push up still. No blocks? That's crazy talk. All right. Vial on 3. Harbinger. This is in their upkeep. Okay. I'm intrigued. Go on. Tell me more. An expert. Okay. They're going to expert. The problem here is that I don't think this does it for them. They're going to kill my Monzi. And now I get to ping their 2/1 and grow the Knuckleball. And now I can push like Ringleader, I guess. Yeah, I think this game is about to come to its natural conclusion. and party over here. All right, so 2-3 is not a very good record, obviously, but we had some tough matches in there for sure. The Merfolk match was a particularly tough one, where I feel like we were pretty favored there, honestly, and we just like could not produce our fourth land in either game we lost, with multiple Sling Gangs and Biddings in hand. Cascading matchup, we have the Chalices, but that's kind of a tough one because they have so much removal against us. Typically, like combo control decks tend to be very good against Goblins because they have a lot of the good control elements, which Goblins can usually grind through, but they actually kill you, whereas slower decks don't actually kill you. So that was tough. And we lost to, let's see, we beat the Grixis deck, and we lost to, in round 1, I actually forgot already. It's so long ago, I forgot. But I think that I definitely like the concept of this deck a lot. It's obviously not a normal Goblin deck. We're not playing Bile. We're not really meant to Ringleader grind. This is more of like an on-the-board, sort of board control, bombardment kind of deck, knuckleball. I think that trying out Company is a pretty interesting way to go. The creature count without the 5 drops, it would be 27. Maybe at that point you don't want bidding either, because you gotta obviously make sure your Company count's high enough. And you probably need a few more creatures. It's unfortunate. If there was like a Goblin Bombardment, if it was just like Goblin Bombarder, and it was, a red and 1 for a 1/1 with this ability, that would be so good. Because the turn you cast Bombardment is kind of tough, but there were a lot of games where like we wish we had it in play, and there were some games we didn't want to cast it, which is a little awkward. But yeah, Marshal, Warboss, Pashalik Mons, all really, really cool. Can't play Rabble Master because it forces your attack, which is super awkward. But Sling-Gang's great, obviously. I think Company's a way to try this deck. I'm sure I'll try it at some point in the future. Deck's super cool. Deck's super fun. Definitely a nice, interesting take on Goblins. It's fun to see the sort of off-kilter versions of a deck. So, hope you enjoyed the video. I'm Jim Davis, of course, for CoolStuffInc.com. There's always a companion article to this video every Monday on CoolStuffInc.com. So, you're watching on YouTube, sub the channel, like the video, do all that stuff. Hop on over to CoolStuffInc.com, read the article that goes with it, as well as my Friday article. I do a written article Friday and then a video article every Monday. CoolStuffInc.com, always free content every weekday, which is awesome. Great authors on there. And promo code Jim5 for 5% off your order, and the Jim Davis Goblin token. The Goblin token is super cool. You want that definitely. So check it out as well. I'll see y'all next week. Have a good one, folks, and keep on goblining. Just another Mogg Monday. Later, folks. Have a good one.